Okay, if I may cite some example in Uganda, for example, majority of the people in our local communities, they use 96% of environment for their survival, in terms of food, in terms of accommodation, in terms of other resources that might be utilized by humanity, is used by, they get it from the environment. So it is very important for them to know the trends, to know how effectively and sustainable manner that they can use environment effectively.
Climate change has got to go. Come on guys, join us.
Oh, youth, they're the ones who sit on the floor, and someone actually said this to me, they're the ones who sit on the floor and leave their coffee cups lying around.
Carbon in the atmosphere. Take action, and get some satisfaction.
I said, well, they've been asking for 5 years or something, because I was on the starting end of this to have some space so that they don't have to sit on the floor. Maybe we need to start this as a dialogue.
What do we want?
Climate justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
I say people, you say power. People!
Power!
People!
Power!
People!
Power!
People!
Power!
You're wonderful!
We from Briggen till Kronor are here today in Malmö at an international youth conference, and also, as you see, the Global Action Day, to create a cargo for us to take down with us to the COP15. We are going to sail with the voices of the young people to make the leaders of today listen to them and take action and make a good decision for the COP15. It's today we have to save our planet. We cannot wait, and as you see, a lot of people are gathering here today that feel the same way. The youth here are very engaged in the question, and so should the leaders of all the politicians and all the countries around the world should feel the same.
Everybody, welcome to Malmö, Sweden. I'm very happy. My name is Amir Sajidi, representing LSU, the National Council of Swedish Youth Organizations, together with Julie.
I'm Julie, I'm from the European Youth Forum.
And we are two organizations arranging this conference with the help of the Nordic Council of Ministers and the Swedish government.
So this is the main aim. It's to get you ready for COP15, or to prepare you so that you will be ready by the time the COP15 is there.
It's how it's affecting the climate change to the water access and the water sanitation in the African and Latin American countries in where we are working.
The food security is a big concern to me, because I don't know if I even have food at all.
And the biggest problem with the climate change is that snow is melting.
The situation is dramatic. We see every day that the climate is changing.
And we'll end up losing so many species and wrecking the ecosystems, and therefore wrecking ourselves and our future on this planet.
Facing the 2-degree increase or even more, and we will not manage to save species and people on this planet.
And I've been working on several aspects of climate change, and also from the market perspective.
We cannot see the consequences of our actions right now, but it will be our children that will be left with them, and it will be too late for them to be able to really deal with the consequences.
There's a variety of issues attached to climate change, from natural disasters to Arctic shrinkage. And there are economic and social implications that are not really in the public awareness, and that we need to be very aware of.
I think it all started when I was traveling around in West Africa after I graduated high school, and we were in the northern parts of Mali, and it became a weaponed conflict. So they pulled out all the Western people being there, including foreign aid workers and so on. So for me, it's really happening now, and I'm really concerned for my future and my children and people living all around the globe today. So yeah, for me, it's really a peace question, totally.
There are many roads to Copenhagen.
So the Conference of the Parties is the main kind of legislative body that defines the rules of the climate change regime.
So basically this is what we all want to avoid in some way. The interesting thing from this is not necessarily that it's a 4-degree world. The interesting thing is to see the huge contrasts. But if you look, for example, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're up at 10, 12 degrees.
We continue acting regardlessly what will be in 30, 40 years, and then 30, 40 years later there's just reality which is revealing itself without us being able then to change it.
Look, the 2-degree target is what should drive the ambition level.
The current aggregate target, which means they will coordinate their policies, that is about 1 billion people, so each sort of blaming each other. So there are huge trust issues between all these two blocks.
My biggest concern is that the best for one country or one part of the world will stand in the way for the whole world.
I would like developed countries to be more responsible in terms of financing adaptation and mitigation.
You know, we in the developed, rich part of the world are taking this a little bit too easy, since we are not the primarily hit, but the people who are worse off are getting the hardest hit.
The biggest fear is that the politicians and the people supposed to protect the future is not doing what they're supposed to do.
The entire world is watching, and we need to affect the people in power to make the right decisions.
Number 350, because that is the parts per million of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that is acceptable.
Ser det bra ut? Det är riktigt.
We're going to take a few pictures, so you can just keep on singing. Can everybody just wave to the camera?
And it's going to take a photo of us.
Say hey! Say hey! The changes got to go! Say hey! Go! Rise up, people!
Today in China, we had China Youth Climate Action Day. There was 300 events happening in China. The reason we want to do that is we want to show the world that Chinese youth, we need a safe climate in the future.
I think we have heard a lot about the scientific figures and numbers, but it's really time for us to do something, to do action.
Because I don't think that talking is the solution anymore. I think talking has happened enough.
It's hot in here. There's too much carbon in the atmosphere. Take action, and get some satisfaction.
Mr. Obama, how old will you be in 2050?
I think humans are blessed with incredible brains, and we have the potential to do massive change, but we're not using our capacity.
People are just pointing fingers and they're really just not doing anything.
Yeah, my hope is that we don't get to this tipping point in climate change, and that we can save ourselves before we get here. And
it's called at the no return point.
And even the developed countries are trying to use climatic concerns as like political slogans and political tools to dominate other parties.
Stop thinking with your underpants, start thinking with your brains, stop listening to corporations who have their financial interests at heart, and start thinking with your heart and listen to the people. Really listen, open your ears and listen to the people who you are representing.
No pointing fingers, start acting right now.